GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
The SWASU Bulldog in the house as the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs, the 6th seed, taking on the Harding Bisons tonight in semifinal number 2 on the women's side. Hi everyone, Luke McConnell, Joey McWilliams here at Fire Lake Arena. For semifinal number 2, we had an upset in semifinal 1 as Henderson State knocks off top seed Southern Nazarene. Let's look at how the Bulldogs and the Bisons got here. The Bulldogs last night, a thrilling come from behind victory over Northwestern Oklahoma State, 65-61. They shot 47%, their best shooting performance of the year, Joey, and got 20 points from Libby Zinn, a season high for her. It was a tremendous atmosphere, tremendous game for the Bulldogs at the time they needed it the most. Thursday, the Bisons took care of Ouachita Baptist. The Tigers made a push late third quarter, early fourth, but the Bisons flexed some muscle late in the contest to win that one 73-56, holding the Tigers to just 32% shooting for the game to advance to the semifinals. It was freshman Josie Williams, 18 points, 6 made three-pointers on the evening that propelled the Bisons, the number 2 seed in the conference, to tonight's semifinal matchup. Bulldogs in the house, Bisons in the house. Not a live one, unfortunately. We've seen a live Bulldog here today, Jerry the Bulldog from Arkansas Tech, but no live Bisons in the house tonight, unfortunately. But the Harding Lady Bisons are here, as are the Bulldogs, ready to do battle in semifinal number 2. And Joey, if semifinal number 2 is anything like semifinal 1, we should have a very good night and no voices at the end of it.
Exactly. Listen, I'm glad you had a chance to catch your breath because it was just non-stop action in the previous game. Looking at this right now, by the way, it is just fitting that Southwestern and Harding should meet in the Great American Conference Women's Basketball Tournament. It's been such a great matchup over the years since the inception of the conference back in 2011, 2012. Southwestern, Harding have put together some big games, and there's no reason to think that tonight won't live up to that again as well.
Let's meet the starting lineups first for the Bulldogs of Southwestern Oklahoma State, the number 6 seed in the Great American Conference Tournament. First up, number 2, junior forward Haley Grant, 6'1", out of Claremore, Oklahoma. Number 5, junior guard Avery Zinn, 5'3", out of Anadarko, Oklahoma, an honorable mention All-GAC member. Number 13, junior guard Mason Jones, 5'11", out of Panhandle, Texas. Number 20, freshman guard Chloe Cantrell, 5'11", out of Anadarko, Oklahoma. And getting the start tonight off her strong showing last night, number 22, junior guard Libby Zinn, 5'8", out of Anadarko, Oklahoma. The head coach for the Bulldogs is Jeff Zinn in his 2nd year at the helm in Weatherford. Assistant coaches are James Bagwell and Caitlin Johnson. Joey, the big thing the Bulldogs did last night, they forced turnovers, 21 forced turnovers against the Rangers, but ultimately they won the game because they shot the ball the best of the season.
They really did, and they took advantage of opportunities too. One of the things about Northwestern, they can play good defense, but I think some of the offensive woes that they were having were translating over to the defensive side of the ball, and Southwestern just took advantage of it. They had some open looks, they created some open looks as well, but they took advantage of the opportunities they had.
Let's meet the starters for the number 2 seed, the Harding Bisons. First up, number 12, junior guard Kendrick Bailey, 5'5", out of Hollister, Missouri. Number 20, junior guard Rory Gear, 5'11", out of Grove, Oklahoma. Gear, a 2nd team All-GAC performer this year. Number 21, freshman guard Josie Williams, 5'7", out of Conway, Arkansas, the GAC freshman of the year. Number 24, senior forward Sage Hawley, 6'4", out of Memphis, Tennessee. She's an All-GAC first team member. And number 25, sophomore forward Harley Harbor, 5'11", out of Frisco, Texas. The head coach for the Harding Bisons is Tim Kirby in his 19th season in charge of the Bisons. Assistant coach is Dawson Yates.
From Memphis, Tennessee.
Joey, the storyline to watch for tonight. These teams matched up just 2 weeks ago out in Weatherford, with Southwestern winning the game 54-51. They led by a wide margin throughout the contest before Harding came back late and nearly pulled out the win. But that's going to be on both teams' minds, and how it motivates both teams is going to determine how tonight goes.
You know, Coach Zinn, from the moment he got there, said he was going to be playing defense. This was going to be a team that defense was going to be first and foremost on their mind. I'm interested to see, as you talk about that, this is going to be on their minds, their previous matchup, at least through the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game as they get this game underway. How are they going to take care of Josie Williams? I mean, she went off, started her GAC tournament career, if you will, on a high note earlier this week. How are they going to take care of her tonight?
Grant and Holly set to jump center circle. Once one of our officials gets his whistle all taken care of. There we go. Had a little tangle on the old string. But we're ready to go now. Another great crowd at Fire Lake Arena. We've had great crowds all weekend, Joey, and it's just been a great event as Harding with first possession of the ball game. See how the Bisons handle the pressure of the Bulldogs. Holly, top of the key. They swing it around. Bailey with the corner three. It's good.
Kendrick Bailey.
Kendrick Bailey knocking down the three from the corner. A great start for Harding.
Bailey had a little foul trouble earlier in this week. Nice to see her get started with the three and see if she can stay out there and provide some more offense. A little bit more time on the court tonight for Harding.
Grant, a little mobile at the post position for Southwestern. We'll see how that affects Sage Holly, who's a very good athlete herself. Grant across the paint, pivots to the left hand, too strong. Harbor has the rebound. Here come the Bisons. Outside Bailey, right wing for three, too strong. Harbor tracks down the long rebound, quickly back inside to Gear. Harbor had it deflected, gets it back for the Bisons. 10 on the shot clock now for Bailey. Williams from the left wing, off the back iron. Jones up high for the rebound. Here's Grant for three in the tie. It's perfect from Haley Grant.
Haley Grant.
3-3 start here, Joey.
Stepped away from Holly guarding her down low. Found herself wide open on the outside.
Fouls on Avery Zinn, her first, team's first.
Early foul on Avery Zinn. Checking Josie Williams in the front court. Bison swinging around the perimeter and post up Sage Holly. Pulls up from 12, it's off the front iron. Gear tips the rebound and it goes out of bounds. Joey, Sage Holly, a bit of a perplexing post player. You see that a lot from Holly. A lot of shots outside the paint, fadeaway jumpers. She's not necessarily going to be a post player who just gets it on the block and starts backing you down with some savvy post moves. Here's Zinn off the back iron a few times, and Gear has the rebound. Pressure in the backcourt, stolen by Cantrell, and she puts it up and in.
Wow. Bulldogs with an early lead. Yeah, you mentioned that. I'd like to see how she plays this trip too. And it was a very physical matchup last night. Fairless just stayed on her so tightly. Grant's giving her a little bit of room in the early going. Let's see if she does that same thing, and maybe that's why Holly will back outside a little bit.
Holly sizing up Grant. There's again just a jumper from the paint. Comes up short. Grant coming the other way, gives it up to Zinn. Jones open from the wing for three. Yes.
She made those threes last night. A big part of that win against Northwestern, but after every three was a smile. I mean, sometimes there are intense looks, players who play like that, but Jones had a smile, I think, after every made basket.
Gear holding right side with 10 on the clock. Now tries to drive baseline, cut off. Williams rise and fire for three off the back iron. Loose ball. Avery Zinn has it, and Libby Zinn is down, holding her head. Scary moment. Zinn went down hard, taking her time getting up. Official checking on her to make sure she's okay. Always a point of caution whenever somebody goes down, hits their head. You always want to be overly cautious in that situation.
Agreed.
Jones holding out top. Crosses over Gear and knocks down the elbow jumper. That's a nice move off the dribble from Jones. Jones, a transfer from Tarleton State, one of 10 newcomers on this Southwestern Oklahoma State squad. Gear to the right block, turns into a double team, it turned into a foul.
Wow.
Going on Libby Zinn.
Yeah, I'm with Coach Zinn on that one. I'm trying to find that one, didn't see it. Well, Luke, that's actually, I feel like that's more the way of the world anymore. The NCAA and the transfer portal. You see just wholesale changes to rosters year in and year out anymore.
Libby's into the basket, throws it up, missed the shot, kind of lost control on the dribble. Come the Bisons, trailing 10-3, nearly halfway through the first quarter. Williams left it for Harbor. Teams go to the ground for it. Tie up, gives the ball to Southwestern. Turnover for the Bisons, their second of the quarter.
Entering the game, number 21, Libby Zinn.
Two Zinn sisters check out, one Zinn sister checks in. As you see, Coach Tim Kirby of the Bisons, his 19th year at Harding. He told us earlier this week that you could probably pop on tape from his first year at Harding and have a good idea of what the Bisons are going to run today. Grant takes Hawley off the dribble and puts it in for two, and it's 12-3 Bulldogs. I don't know if that's actually true, but he says he doesn't change a lot. They stick to what they've done all along. So I'm sure you could probably gain some principles there, but maybe not exact plays.
Be that as it may, I mean, with the success that the program's had with him at the helm, you know, if it's not broken.
Fouls on Haley Grant, that's her first, team's third.
Foul on Haley Grant.
And we have immediate
On the jumper from Sage Hawley. It'll be Hawley at the line for two free throws when we come back on the GAC Sports Network. Harding trailing Southwestern Oklahoma State 12-3, 4:46 to go first quarter. The Bulldogs picking up where they left off last night. 5 of 8 from the field, 2 made triples. in the first quarter. The Bison's just 1 of 7 from the field, but Sage Hawley going to the line for 2 free throws. There you see Tim Kirby. Delight to talk to, and if you've got a lot of time at least.
Oh, Coach Kirby he is one of the best. He really is, and in what you and I have the opportunity to do and get to talk to some of these coaches, and sometimes for videos, just getting to visit with Coach Kirby, and you just start with the basic question, and he can take it from there. I've seen him before answer 3 or 4 questions in one that I had written down and thought, I don't need to ask anymore. He's already got this.
Yeah, in the press conference on Thursday night, I asked him a question about how proud he was of Josie Williams, the freshman point guard, handling the hard moments. Golly, that was a baseball pass there from Mason Jones. Reese Berkey over to Laney Gooch, up for 2. And the Bulldogs extend the lead to 10. But asked a question about Josie Williams and started answering, and then somehow we ended up in his disappointment in the rebound margin. Not sure where we went. Took a exit off the freeway, but here we are. Aubrey Isbell in, pulls up in the middle of the paint and knocks it down. Isbell, a fantastic game on Thursday, 18 points, including 8 of 8 at the free throw line.
It's taken just a little bit for Harding to get going here in the early going. I mean, that day off, it looked like they're still shaking off a little bit of that rest.
10 on the shot clock for Jones. Now here's Gooch. Knocked away. Out to Grant. Sizing up Hawley. Takes her off the dribble. Stops. Puts it up. Short. Offensive tip. Finds Gooch. Missed that one too. And Hawley has it. And now she threw it away. Berkey is fouled by Hawley. And Hawley, I think, took a shot to the head at some point from that. She's frustrated and trying to shake out the cobwebs. She heads out, and Maddie Holt into the game. Hawley heads right down to the end of the bench with the trainer for Harding.
And it looked like she was having a hard time seeing too. Maybe that's a part of where you get something in your face, and she couldn't see where. Maybe she took a finger to the eye, because when she threw the pass, obviously there was a big blue jersey in there to step in and take that pass, and you saw the frustration of, I don't think she saw her.
Second one from Berkey, up and in. 16-6, the Bulldogs with 3:30 to go first quarter. See that pressure extended. They forced Harding into 17 turnovers out in Weatherford 2 weeks ago. Maddie Holt, the freshman, into the ball game. Out top to Isbell. Bison's with a smaller lineup out there right now. Isbell working. Pass a little wide of Gear, but Gear across the paint, hangs, missed the shot. She was fouled. So Gear goes to the line for 2 free throws. You see on this replay where Hawley gets hit in the eye right there.
Credit to Hawley for staying with the play as long as she did too. She fought it off and worked through. I think she's put back together on the sideline now. Wait her opportunity to come back in a moment.
Gear goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. 79% this season. Avery Zinn back into the ball game for the Bulldogs. She's trapped. They get it up ahead. Here's Gooch. Left corner, Berkey. Rise and fire for 3. It's short. Gear has the rebound, as she often does for the Bisons. 8.5 rebounds per game this season. 4 of those coming on the offensive glass per game, which is good for 9th nationally coming into the tournament. Holt behind the back. Out top to Bailey. 8 on the shot clock. There's Williams to Gear to Isbell to the basket. Fouled as the shot clock was expiring. Foul is on Berkey. That's her second.
Number 5 on the team.
15 foul on Southwestern. So 2 shots the rest of the way for the Bisons. She checks out. Jemiah Johnson in for Southwestern. So a bit of a bigger lineup out there right now for the Bulldogs, with both Grant and Johnson on the court at the same time. See Jeff Zinn, head coach of the Bulldogs. Second season, longtime high school coach at Anadarko High School, which is why we read off a lot of Anadarko Oklahomas in the starting lineup.
Hey, the
Three daughters on
Warriors have a proud program.
You know Jeff Zinn's program wasn't built on stall ball. Here's Laney Zinn taking it right at the freshman Josie Williams, and she puts it up and in off the glass.
No, it was built on creating offense from good defense.
Isbell splits the double team, got it back, put it up, she was fouled. Fouls piling up quickly on the Bulldogs this evening.
Fouls on number 24, Jemiah
Well,
Johnson.
Isbell, that was just a hustle play. She was able to get her own rebound because she stayed with it. Watch this, stays with it, fights through to get the board, and then drawing the foul.
You see that nobody reacted quick enough on the Bulldogs to the missed initial shot. Isbell offsets the two misses a moment ago by going 2 for 2 there. Lead down to 8, 18-10, 1:45 to go first quarter. Bison's extending some full court pressure. Which always, here's Zinn, nearly ripped away by Bailey. Let's see, we have two different calls here. Let's see what we've got. We have a foul on the Bisons. Foul on the Bisons going on Josie Williams.
Fouls on Josie Williams, her first, team second.
Second team foul on Harding. Inbounds comes to Avery Zinn. Pivots, and she traveled. Called by the baseline official there. Zinn got caught
Bison's ball.
on the double team flying at her. You know, Joey, I'm always interested when teams pressure a team that plays pressure like Southwestern. It seems like, well, that's kind of how they play anyway.
Yeah.
Gear to Bailey in the corner.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, you can take that analogy with Harding and their championship football season and their championship football team. They run the ball all the time, but, man, they're good on defense against the run.
Absolutely. It's been a good year for athletics in Searcy this year. Good defense on that possession by the Bulldogs. Here's Laney Zinn across the paint, just missed it to the right.
Well, Coach Kirby's is just letting his team work out the kinks here. It hasn't been a great first quarter for the Lady Bisons at all.
Now just 2 of 10 from the field if they weren't 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Here's Libby Zinn, wide open 3. Too strong. The Bisons can hold for the final shot. You're right, he really has been pretty calm over there. I'm not sure if he's stood up once.
No, he's letting them play through.
Isbell fades, too strong. Grant the rebound. 6 seconds for the Bulldogs. Zinn is tripped. Oh, they're going to call travel.
Wow. I can see how travel can be called there.
And she definitely traveled, but she tripped over a Bison's foot.
Bison's ball.
Long inbounds, looked for Gear. She caught it, and then she traveled. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. That was a great pass.
It was.
Into Gear, but
Fantastic pass.
she just fumbled it just enough to prevent herself from being able to go up. But the Bulldogs picking up where they left off last night. They lead this one 18-10 after 1. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter after these messages.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Bulldogs lead this one 18-10 after one quarter, holding the Bisons just 2 of 11 shooting in the first quarter. Samantha Roop, what did Tim Kirby have to say to his team after the first quarter?
I heard y'all talking about him not looking very fired up during this first bit of game so far, but he was fired up during this last timeout, and he's not pleased with their defensive effort.
And he shouldn't be, really. I mean, the defense hasn't been there. You look at that last shot taken by Southwestern just prior to the traveling violation. There was no one on the left side of the arc guarding anyone in a blue jersey. I mean, the defensive effort has been lacking tonight for Harding, but, you know, that's why you play 4 quarters. Get this first quarter out of the way. Okay, come back in, get some intensity. Maybe get lit up by the coach during the break and come out. Here's the trap right off the bat and a steal.
Bailey with it, going to the basket, missed the shot. Good pressure there by Mason Jones. Tim Kirby thought there should have been a foul call. Mason Jones took a mighty hack at it, didn't come up with anything, and now Zinn had it poked away by Isbell.
And there's back-to-back defensive stops. So as Samantha alluded right there, maybe Coach Kirby did light the fire on the defensive side. They should see something more.
Here's Holt for 3, in and out. Gear up high for the offensive rebound. Puts it back up. Offensive foul on Rory Gear. And Tim Kirby beside himself over on the sidelines.
That's her first, team's first.
He's unhappy.
Checks out. Beyonce Lane into the game for the first time for Southwestern. Libby Zinn got hit in the face by Rory Gear.
That was on Rory Gear, that's number 2.
That's the 2 fouls now on Rory Gear.
She's going to take a seat as Holly comes back in.
Replacing Rory Gear.
You already see the Bisons maybe a little, there's kind of a little bit desperate edge to this already.
Well, the word that comes to mind right now is disjointed. They're not playing with in a seamless manner.
Avery Zinn missed the shot. Lane saved it, but Bailey able to track it down in the corner. Here's Isbell. Pass behind Bailey into the hands of assistant James Bagwell. Cool deal for James Bagwell. He's a volunteer assistant under Terry Evans past couple years. And, you know, Brett Weiberg bringing in his own staff, but Jeff Zinn taking him on as an assistant coach on the women's side. So great deal for James over there, and Southwestern glad to hold on to him as well.
Well, you know, that's a big part of how Coach Kirby took over at Harding, too. He worked with Jeff Morgan with the men for a number of years. The women's opportunity opened up, and Coach Kirby took that position. And, wow, you know, to say the rest is history is a big deal, because that's a program that has seen much success under his leadership.
Avery Zinn gives the 10-point lead. Isbell got caught in the air. Libby Zinn trying to take the charge, but Isbell threw it away to Lane. Here's the Bulldogs. Jones for 3 from the wing. Too strong off the back iron. Williams pushing tempo for the Bisons. Working left wing, now over to Isbell. Isbell penetrates. Dumps it down low to Holly, who got deep on Johnson and scores.
Well, that was an easy look for Isbell. Jones was guarding Holly that time, coming down in transition, and when Isbell drove in, Jones stepped over to help with the double, and Holly was wide open.
Down low, Jemiah Johnson felt some contact and shied away from it, but Libby Zinn, the steal, missed the shot, but she was fouled in the backcourt. Can't turn your head for a moment with these Bulldogs. That's a couple times the Bulldogs have had the steal down deep. You see the play there, just took it right out of the hands of the freshman Josie Williams.
She did not know she was there. That was a surprise attack.
Zinn still flaring the nostrils after getting hit in the schnoz by Rory Gear a moment ago. First free throw drops home. The Bisons shooting just 20% from the field in the ball game, and if you look back, as Zinn hits 2 for 2, look back, they shot just 29% in that loss in Weatherford 2 weeks ago. You know, in talking with Tim Kirby, he mentioned that overall it successful season, on par with expectations, as Bailey misses again, loose ball. Libby Zinn comes up with it on the sideline. That trip to Alva and Weatherford, where the Bisons lost both, took them out of a chance to certainly to host, and took them out of the running for the regular season conference crown as well. The tournament championship still on the line here for the Bisons, but a lot went away for the Bisons on that weekend.
Yes, and Harding, the highest seed remaining in this one now, the number 2 seed after the top seed fell a little bit earlier tonight.
81-77, Henderson State led by 13 at halftime against Southern Nazarene, and led by 15 in the fourth quarter, and nearly gave it all away as SNU mounted a frenetic comeback, but they were able to hang on. You see, here's Bailey for 3. The shot clock buzzer nearly banked it in. Grant comes up with a rebound for SWOSU. Up ahead, Mason Jones. Here's Zinn, floater in the paint. It rolls in for 2. And the Bulldogs lead by 12, doubling up the Bisons with 6 minutes to go. First half. Timeout. Harding will take it as well. As Avery Zinn with the floater, sending us to break, and the Bulldogs to a 12-point lead.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days, I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Who knew Bulldogs could dance? Cutting a little foot loose out here. Lots to be excited about if you're a SWOSU Bulldog fan after the thrilling win last night over rival Northwestern Oklahoma State, and Bulldogs kicking it against the Bisons right now, 24-12. Bisons need to come up with some answers here, Joey.
Bulldog, that's indicative of exactly of what is happening on the court right now, and they're just dancing out there. They want to keep dancing as well. The only way for the season to continue for Southwestern and the Lady Dogs is to keep on winning.
You got there first on the keep on dancing. That's the worst, when you have a one-liner in your mind and somebody else gets there first. You're just like, come on. Here's Holt holding left wing. Swinging around the perimeter. Harley Harbor back in for the Bisons. Haven't seen her yet in the second quarter. Cut out, outside to Bailey for 3, straight away, and the player they call Bug knocks down the 3. Haven't gotten a story on why her nickname is Bug Bailey. It's bad research on my part. Jones lets Williams fly by, resets, fires the 3, cans it to answer.
Mason Jones.
Mason Jones with her second triple of the game, and the Bulldogs lead 27-15.
Do you really need a reason to be called Bug? I don't know.
Yes, okay. You do. Williams, step back 3. It's off the front iron. Not a great look there from the freshman. Maybe pressing just a little bit with the big deficit. Here's Cantrell on the long baseball pass. Back up top, Libby's in. Backing down on Williams. Outside Grant. Run off the line by Hawley. Williams poked it away from her. It's loose on the deck. Holt gets it over to Williams for the Bisons.
Southwestern does give up a height advantage, at least across the board, to Harding. Doing a fantastic job, though. Tied in rebounds.
Here's Hawley. Steps into the paint. Knocks down the jumper just inside the free throw line. Sage Hawley with her second bucket of the game. She's got 5. She was just 45% from the field, which, again, like we talked about earlier, 6'4", you expect that maybe to be a little bit more. Grant shuffles it back to Avery Zinn, guarded by Sage Hawley. Zinn wants to take her off the dribble. Instead, swings it out, trying to look for sister Libby Zinn, but the left-handed pass goes awry into the scorer's bench over here on our side. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. That's their 6th of the half.
Number 21, Lady Zinn.
You know, this rivalry in the GAC tournament goes back, I mentioned, all the way back pretty much to the beginning. And there's so many big moments. I think one of the biggest moments of all, if you've ever been to Southwestern, to the gym, to the Pioneer Center, Pioneer Cellular Event Center, walking around up there is a big-time three-pointer put in. You see a lot of pictures, and one of the pictures on the wall up there where the offices are is of the Harding Southwestern women's basketball game in 2014 championship game, and the caption is simply "The Charge." Like when the great Michelle Fisher was playing for Southwestern then, and Jamie Cohen took a charge near the end of the game. It was a big-time play as Harding was getting set to tie it up. Southwestern takes that charge on defense, comes down a couple of big free throws after that. Southwestern comes away with a 4-point victory in the championship game against Harding. But I'll always remember that the charge. And that's one of the great pictures is Cohen's on the court, and the other 4 Southwestern players on the court with her come to help her get up, knowing that she had done such a big thing.
Hawley rises up from the right elbow and gets a friendly bounce to put it in for 2. 29-22. Southwestern holding on to the lead. Zinn picks up her dribble, gets it out to sister Laney. Here's Avery Zinn, 10 on the shot clock. Goes left, leaves it out for Cantrell. Wide open 3, cans it.
Okay, that's the defense that Coach Kirby, or the lack thereof, as Coach Kirby has to be frustrated with, because she's been open there more than once. Just like that.
Bailey over to Holt, left corner. Comes in, blocks from behind by Grant, and a foul on Harley Harbor.
That was on hit Harley Harbor. That's her first.
Holt got Grant to bite on the shot fake. She drove baseline, thought she had time, and was quickly enveloped.
Watch this, just reaches
on the block, and
the block prior to that just reached back over there and put a hand on it and sent it straight down.
Here's Jones, who thought about the 3 and said she'll penetrate. Rory Gear back in with 2 personal fouls. Cantrell from the corner, off the front of the iron. Loose ball foul on the Bisons. It's on Harbor.
That was on Harley Harbor, number 2.
It's her second 15 foul on the Bison, so 2 free throws coming for Avery Zinn. Harbor checks out, Josie Williams back in.
Avery Zinn at the line.
Well, after the fact, Gear and Grant collided just outside the lane. Nice to see them both walk away from that one. That looked like it was pretty intense.
Zinn goes 2 for 2 at the line, had 8 points last night, 2 of 9 shooting. Cantrell checks out, Laney Gooch back in. The Bulldogs lead this by 12, Joey. Bulldogs matches their biggest lead of the first half. 90 seconds to go in the quarter. Grant and Hawley battling inside right now. There's Bailey. Floater over Grant. Missed it off the back iron. Gooch the rebound. Avery's in on the far side to Grant, top of the key. Here's Jones. Jones hesitates, kicks it back to Grant, pick and pop three, and she rolled it in. And the Bulldogs lead by 15, 1 minute to go, second quarter. Williams up ahead to Holt, left side. Bisons need something. Holt to the block, spins in. She's fouled, she'll shoot two.
Fouls on ladies in number 21.
Well, when Coach Kirby talks at the intermission with his team, one of the big focuses would have to be, again, I think it has to go back to rebounding here. Bulldogs have 4 more boards now, have gotten every rebound in the last 2 minutes.
Holt missed the first free throw. A rarity for Holt, an 89% foul shooter this season. That foul on Laney's in, her first and the team's first in the second quarter. And Joey, that's one of the big things. The Bulldogs have been able to do this defense without fouling. Reese Berkey back in. 14-point lead, 37-23, 45 seconds to go. Bulldogs can go 2 for 1 if they hustle. Zinn doubled in the backcourt, pass deflected. Berkey gets it just inside midcourt, swings it over to Gooch. Jones, right wing for 3, in and out. Williams has the rebound. Not a 1 second difference game to shot clock. Williams looking to the sideline for directions. Tim Kirby hollering out one shot. Isbell checks the clock to the left block. Bumped off her spot, looking for Holt in the right corner. 7 on the clock now for the freshman. Holt got away with a bobble. Here's Grant, gives to Zinn, and she chucks it. Travel was called, but that's how the first half comes to an end. The Bulldogs pick up right where they left off on Friday night in their win over Northwestern. They are taking the fight to Harding right now. 37-23 at halftime. Jeff Zinn very pleased with that first half. We'll see if the Bulldogs can do it some more in the second half. 2 quarters to go on semifinal Saturday. SWOSU 37, Harding 23. We'll be back after this extended break to break down the first half, get you ready for the second half of action here on the GAC Sports Network.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now. Because our focus is on your success.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody. 1, 2, 3. Hey, you better be open. You better be open.
Man, listen, man, listen. There's only one attitude that you gotta bring. Let's go. That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come out here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street. You feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody.
We always grinding, always getting better. Every time I come through these lines, no matter what these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Get him out of here. Let's go.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils are a fascinating species. They're known to travel in packs, are highly intelligent, and can thrive in any environment. Each and every boll weevil is unique, and they have unique opportunities. But they all share one common trait. Every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil. Learn more at uamont.edu.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they're meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation where the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You found a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in a career in business? Henderson State University offers bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration and certificates in analytics, marketing and communications, and nonprofit management. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what is character, culture, and Christ? Last but certainly not least, in fact, I would put it first, and that is serving Christ. I like the fact that it's last because it does undergird everything that we do. Our responsibility, I believe, more than anything else, is to serve our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in careers that help your community?
Henderson State University offers degrees in nursing, teaching, psychology, social work, and health and human performance. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
If you're not at home, where else would you be? Not the kind of home you're familiar with, but the kind that helps you become them. Or them. The kind where you become a part of a community that builds you up. A community that doesn't just give you the answers, but helps you discover them for yourself. Home is where the mule riders are. When you're a mule rider, you're not walking down a predetermined trail, you're blazing your own. The world is full of unsettled questions with so much to explore. Enter it with full reins of knowing who you are, where you come from, and what ignites your flame. Here at home, you have no limits. Reach for the stars and don't stop there. As a mule rider, you decide what's possible. Stop imagining what you could do and do it here. Think bigger. Think faster. Let's ride. Don't worry, you're not far from home. Because home is where the mule riders are.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in a career in technology? Henderson State University offers degrees in aviation, computer science, and engineering. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, until they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be two?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger, an unstoppable force for good. More than book smart, more than business smart, they are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU. Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
It's halftime at Fire Lake Arena. Both teams out, getting loose for the second half of action as Southwestern leads Harding 37-23. Luke McConnell and Joey McWilliams back with you courtside here. The Bulldogs, Joey, have picked up right where they left off on Friday night against Northwestern Oklahoma State, shooting 48% in the first half and dominating the Bisons on both ends of the court thus far.
When you're the 6th seed, you're playing with house money anyway. So it's win or go home, no question about that. And that's the attitude I believe that Coach Zinn's team has taken in. But they're executing well. You talked about them shooting the ball well. They're taking care of business on both ends of the court. They're making their shots when they take them, creating shots. But you know what? There have been a number of shots that, like that one right there, that have been open for them to take and make. Nice job on defense as well. I think that's been key. Harding has not been as quick tonight. They've not been as intense tonight, and Southwestern has looked a little bit stronger on both sides of the ball.
9 turnovers for the Bison, 6 for the Bulldogs. Southwestern leading points off turnovers 10-5 right now. And really, Joey, besides the turnovers, it's just a simple matter that the Bisons just didn't hit shots. They just aren't shooting well, and shooting just 28% in the first half. And ultimately, you got to make shots to win, and the Bisons, when they struggle on offense, it's a true struggle. And we're seeing a lineup change right out of the gate here to deal with the SWOSU pressure. Sage Holly and Harley Harbor both starting on the bench to start the third quarter. Aubrey Isbell and Maddie Holt getting the start in the second half. So in a really large adjustment, no pun intended, for the Bisons out of the locker room to deal with the pressure. More ball handlers.
Okay, to address that point right off the bat, that's a nice 2. Avoided the baseline, went back into the middle of the lane, and a great shot. Good opportunity. Here comes that pressure you're talking about. But you know what? The height, the size, it didn't matter as Jones, clear path to the basket, easy 2 for her.
Unbelievable on that, Joey. That went through 4 sets of hands to get to Jones.
Harding was out-rebounded 19-15 with those more post-oriented players in the game, so it really doesn't matter at this point. I would go with someone who could take care of the pressure, get the ball quickly to the basket.
Isbell holding up top. If they're not starting the second half, we'll see how often we actually see them. Here's Gear inside, gets the shot to die on the rim and fall through. So the Bisons quickly 2 for 2 inside. Zinn throws it off of Holt's leg out of bounds.
Well, if I'm Coach Zinn, I've got to be talking to the players in blue going, she has no help. Nobody came to help her on that. The pressure is clearly there. She picks up her dribble, has the sideline as well as 2 Harding players there. She's got to have help in this pressure.
Zinn inbounding in the corner with Gear on her. Comes to Cantrell. Cantrell up ahead. Here's Grant. Outside, Libby's in. Quick trigger on that 3. Bounces off, no good. Gear has the rebound. Come the Bisons in transition. A dangerous part of their game that doesn't get talked about enough. A lot of contact there. Fouls coming up on Libby Zinn for the block.
Blocking foul, number 22, Libby Zinn.
So Harding trying to speed the game up, which we talked about that a little bit in the first half, Joey, as far as pressing a press team. But so far, been effective for the Bisons. Williams missed the first free throw, but another rarity, 89%, or excuse me, 88% of the foul line this season.
From a Harding perspective, you really look at those free throw percentage too, 54.5 on the day. Just through the first half, 100% for Southwestern, and both free throws missed. That's huge. From a Harding perspective, as Grant picks up the offensive foul, I think you have to speed up the game. You cannot play at the pace in which you were playing in the first half and expect to make up a double-digit deficit.
Yep. See that? Grant swinging the elbow through, catches Gear on the chin. Team's going to be sent to their bench to check for a possible flagrant foul. I think Jeff Zinn looking at the officials, looking at whether or not there should be a cylinder violation on Gear. Going to immediate timeout, we'll take one as well. 8:34 to go, third quarter, 39-27. Southwestern holding on to the lead.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what is character, culture, and Christ? Last but certainly not least, in fact, I would put it first, and that is serving Christ. I like the fact that it's last because it does undergird everything that we do. Our responsibility, I believe, more than anything else, is to serve our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Officials huddle. There's a quick review. Didn't spend much time at the replay monitor.
Well, we haven't seen a flagrant foul determined as a flagrant foul so far in our weekend here in Shawnee. Go back and maybe look at it again.
Confirming with the replay official about something. Conversation ongoing between our three officials tonight. Barry Hickenbotham, Shane Robinson, Jeff Falconer. And here's a play they're looking at right here. Grant getting the rebound. Gear crowding her space, and as Grant swings through, you see the elbow to the face of Rory Gear.
Well, it looks like it may turn into that. I'll be shooting.
The previous foul on Haley Grant has been upgraded to an intentional foul, which means the Bisons will shoot 2 free throws.
So they are going to upgrade it to a flagrant foul.
And shooting 2, number 32, Aubrey Isbell.
Okay.
So an intentional foul given to Haley Grant. So 2 shots for Isbell here, and Harding will get the ball in the backcourt. That's how it was just explained to us.
I would understand if Coach Zinn would want to argue, as you said, that little cylinder there where Grant has to have room. As it stands, I don't argue with the official's call.
So now Harding basketball inbounding in front of us.
Bison's ball.
Isbell controlling up top. 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. Bisons have gone to a smaller lineup, just tuning in. No Harbor or Hawley on the court to start the second half. Gear traveled before she put the ball on the floor.
Traveling Bulldogs ball.
That's turnover number 10 for the Bisons tonight. The Bisons best in the league, 9th nationally, as the Bisons force a turnover of their own. You know, that's 2 things there. The Bisons best in the conference in taking care of the basketball, but they're last in forcing turnovers, Joe. They're a great defense, but they're not an active defense that's trying to get the ball away from you. Just 12 forced turnovers per game. Isbell inside, off the glass, and good. Aubrey Isbell cuts the lead to 9.
There's that pressure again. Now that's
then trapped in the backcourt. Gets it up to Grant. Grant fires it deep, but it's over the head of Cantrell, and Isbell tracks it down for the steal.
Those were 2 bad decisions by Southwestern trying to break the press. Zenon picking it up after 1 dribble, and then the pass to no one.
Outside, Holt, 3, no good. That was a great look for Maddie Holt. Zen lobs it ahead to Grant, 1 more ahead, looking for Jones, but it's deflected by Josie Williams. Eric Moyer, Associate Commissioner of the GAC for Communications, couldn't handle that one going into press row. Bad hands, Eric.
Now, if you're Southwestern right now, you've got to be able to break that press with a little bit more.
And that one's a steal for Kendrick Bailey. She just reached in and ripped it away from Zen. And now a foul on Libby Zen out front. And that's 3 personal fouls on the Bulldogs in the first 2 minutes and change of the third quarter. The Bisons starting to assert themselves a little bit. Libby Zen checks out with 3 personal fouls. Just 2 points today after a season high 20 last night. 7:15 to go, third quarter. Bailey outside to Holt. Open lane, cut off, doubled, lobs it up top to Williams. 10 on the shot clock for the freshman point guard. Bailey pulls up from 15, no good. Isbell the offensive rebound, and a tie-up is the call. Blocked from behind. The possession arrow belongs to Southwestern. Nice play on the backside there. Laney Gooch with her hands straight up. Zen steps through, gets it to Cantrell. The Bulldogs break the initial pressure. Lobs to Laney's in, goes in. Left-hand shot too strong. Holt has the rebound. Here come the Bisons on the fast break. Bailey all the way to the bucket. And another jump ball as Avery's in with a nice block. Bailey goes down, slow to get up. She seems to be okay. This possession arrow leaves it for Harding. Nice job by Avery Zinn. Yeah, absolutely. Great call by the officials. Isbell to the basket. Runs over Mason Jones. Offensive foul. Mason Jones, nice job stepping over to take the charge on Aubrey Isbell. Second foul on Isbell.
Well, she's not going to get rewarded with that particular drive, but I think on the whole, it's her energy that has helped step things up for the Bisons right now.
Jones has it ahead of the pack. Leaves it over to Avery Zinn. There's Laney Zinn, across the paint. She traveled.
Sure did.
Tried to pivot and take a step, but long drag of the pivot foot. And Jeff Zinn wants a timeout. Bulldogs a little discombobulated to start the third quarter. 6:12 to go in the quarter. And that's immediate timeout for us as well. 39-30. Bulldogs holding on to the lead, but trying to get things straightened out as we head to break.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
Hey, Future Readies. Are you interested in careers that help your community? Henderson State University offers degrees in nursing, teaching, psychology, social work, and health and human performance. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Bulldog has made his way up into the stands. It's like he knew that was coming. See how he gave the fist bump like right after he came back from commercial? Does he have an IFB over there?
Say, he has the producer in his ear.
Someone who does have the producer in their ear is sideline reporter Samantha Roop, who was in the Harding huddle. Samantha, what you got for us?
Little housekeeping things on defense, so we'll see how this turns out.
Thank you, Samantha. Samantha, great job the past 2 days with us. Glad to have her eyes and ears in the huddles. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Bailey, another three. That's off the back iron. Zen, long cross-court pass for sister Laney. Here's another Laney. So we have two Laneys and two Zens on the court right now. Somebody draw that Venn diagram. Jones for three.
There's an overlap.
Third three-pointer of the game for Mason Jones. She has a game-high 13. The Bulldogs finally able to establish some pressure. They're being pressured themselves the first 4.5 minutes of the quarter. Down low, Gear got by Gooch and scored. Avery's in, tied up by Josie Williams.
Jump ball, the possession arrow belongs to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's our third jump ball of the quarter, Joey.
Right, but you're exactly right, by the way. Possession arrow favoring Southwestern. Avery Zen has to be frustrated. She has to have help. Now, granted, the one dribble and picking it up does not help her cause, but she's going to have some help with this pressure.
Well, and Avery's in the person who handles the ball the most for the Bulldogs, Joey, but at some point you got to think, hey, with that pressure, and that knocked out of bounds off of Laney Gooch's leg by Isbell. But at some point, you have to take in the fact that Avery's in just 5'3", and the people doubling her considerably taller. Right. At Isbell 5'10", and Maddie Holt at 5'8". I mean, that's a size discrepancy that Zen simply can't see over. .13 on the shot clock for Isbell as she penetrates into the paint, absorbs some contact, and throws it in for two. 8-point game again, 42-34. Zen steps through with a pass intercepted by Isbell again. She's outside Williams, three-pointer on the way, no good. Gooch has the rebound. That's knocked out of her hands. Williams has it, throws it up, count it, and the foul.
Isbell has become a one-man band. Doesn't get credit for that shot, but she is all over the court right now. Samantha talked about the changes that Coach Kirby had made. Pleased with the outcome in the third quarter. He should be. And the lineup and the rotation, how it's changed right now, instrumental on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball.
Williams free throw off again. The freshman Josie Williams now 0 for 3 at the free throw line. Here's Gooch breaking the pressure, finds Jones all alone underneath for an easy layup. And Jones has been camping out down here in the front court. If the Bulldogs can just break the pressure, she's gonna do that every time, Joey.
Jones with 15 points on the night.
Williams to Tate Wells as Harding continues to stay small. Isbell outside to Holt, three-pointer on the way, off the iron. Jones the rebound. She pushes it quickly into the front court, got grabbed a couple times, didn't get called. Here's Laney's in, wide open three on the way, that's short. Williams coming the other way for the Bisons. High dribble, knocked out of bounds by Jones.
Wow.
Got away with that, and I think partly because Jones deflected it as she was bringing it back down. Bailey checks in And Williams going to take a seat for Harding. Bisons trail 44-36. Winner of this one taking on 4-seed Henderson State, who knocked off top seed Southern Nazarene 81-77 earlier this evening. Isbell spins to the baseline, off glass and good. 6-point game. 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Isbell is
up ahead to Cantrell. Over to Laney Zinn to Gooch. One dribble, Isbell knocked it away. Jones has it, and they cycle it back out up top. Laney Zinn picks up her dribble, gives it over to Gooch. Gooch looking. Here's Jones top of the key. Might have gotten away with a travel there. Here's Gooch to the basket, off glass, good, and the foul. Foul's on Maddie Holt.
The basket is good. Foul is on number 20, Rory Gear. That's her third, team second. Josie Williams returns.
Williams returns for Isbell. Laney Zinn checks out. Haley Grant back in, so SWOSU putting some size back on the court.
Yeah, I would have thought, I would not have thought there would be a lineup on the court tonight for both these teams where the Southwestern lineup is going to have more size than the Harding lineup on the court at that time.
47-38 Bulldogs. Williams for three, off the back iron. Holt the offensive rebound. Holt stuck in the paint, gets it out to Wells, left wing. Up top, Williams again. Left side to Holt. Holt drives the left block, spins across the paint. Oh, what a beautiful move by the freshman, Maddie Holt. Freshman out of Bargman, Arkansas. Pass awry of Grant, goes into the Harding bench. Another turnover for the Bulldogs. Southwestern's going to need to figure something out as far as this press break is concerned. Isbell comes back in for Holt. Reese Berkey in for the Bulldogs for Chloe Cantrell.
Well, Isbell coming back in, that's key, and you see her right there on your screen. She's been the catalyst for Harding in the third quarter.
Bailey holding in front of her coach, Tim Kirby. Isbell drives baseline, puts it up, and in off the glass. Aubrey Isbell putting the team on her back. She's got 13 and the lead is down to 5. Zinn 3-on-2 break. Out in the corner to Grant. Up top to Jones, sets her feet and fires a three and rips the cords.
Jones for three.
$50-42 on the fourth three for Mason Jones, matching her total from last night. Williams outside to Bailey. Shoulder fake, lobs it into Greer. Gear puts it in off the glass. Gooch missed the steal. And here come the Bulldogs back the other way. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Grant to the basket, right at Isbell, and she lays it in with left hand.
Wow,
nice job by Grant staying under control.
Exactly, and exploiting. This is more than one time they've exploited the fact that they've been able to break that press, getting past the initial wave of pressers, and it comes into an advantage for Southwestern once they get down there.
Kendrick Bailey goes crashing into the table here on the far side.
Caitlin Cabrit
knocking down the covering here.
for the Bisons. Bulldogs ball.
Now they'll know we're wearing shorts, Joey. SWOSU basketball, 30 seconds to go in the quarter, 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Here's Gooch for three, it's online, it's short though. Gooch tracks down the long rebound, saves it. Grant goes diving into the cheerleaders, trying to save that as well. Harding basketball, 24 seconds to go in the period.
Shot clock off.
Bailey working in the backcourt against Mason Jones, who was looking for help on the double team on the pressure. It never came. Isbell against Berkey out top. 6 on the clock. Isbell pulls up, left elbow, too strong. Holt, the offensive rebound, puts it up, rejected at the quarter buzzer.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
Haley Grant with an emphatic denial as the third quarter comes to a close in Shawnee, 52-44. As you see, Grant says absolutely not. The Bulldogs trying to say absolutely not to the Bisons going to the championship. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after these messages.
If you're not at home, where else would you be? Not the kind of home you're familiar with, but the kind that helps you become them. Or them. The kind where you become a part of a community that builds you up. A community that doesn't just give you the answers, but helps you discover them for yourself. Home is where the mule riders are. When you're a mule rider, you're not walking down a predetermined trail, you're blazing your own. The world is full of unsettled questions with so much to explore. Enter it with full reins of knowing who you are, where you come from, and what ignites your flame. Here at home, you have no limits. Reach for the stars and don't stop there. As a mule rider, you decide what's possible. Stop imagining what you could do and do it here. Think bigger. Think faster. Let's ride. Don't worry, you're not far from home. Because home is where the mule riders are.
Fourth quarter time in Shawnee. Southwestern 10 minutes away from the championship. Harding needing to rally here in the final stanza. Down by 8, 52-44. Isbell driving down the lane, lost it. Nobody touched it. Isbell was looking for the deflection. Did not get it. Another turnover for the Bulldogs, or excuse me, for the Bisons. That's 13 to match the Bulldogs 13. Gooch gets it up across the timeline to Avery Zinn. First time I've mixed them up, Joey. Here's Gooch for 3. It's good. From the left wing, Lainey Gooch. She's got 8 to go along with 8 rebounds tonight. And the Bulldogs stretch it back to 11.
Harding's not going to allow me to make my point. Well, maybe they will. Trailed by 14 at the half. Got it back to an 8-point deficit. Now after trading threes, it's that 8-point deficit again. You needed to make up some of it in the third quarter, and Harding did a good job with that. The pressure has been key for Harding here in the second half. They have been fantastic. Southwestern breaks it every so often, but there have been enough times that Harding has stolen the ball or caused some kind of frustration that it's been worth it to stay with it.
That three-pointer by Wells, just the 4th of the Bisons this evening. Zinn gives it over to Berkey. Fouled by Bailey. Bailey thought she got it clean, but some contact with the body sends Reese Berkey to the line. The Bisons got things going offensively as Berkey hits or misses the first free throw. 56% in the third quarter for the Bisons. The problem is the Bulldogs shot 55% and didn't allow them to whittle away as much as they wanted to. Gooch gets the offensive rebound on the miss and steals the possession back for the Bisons, or excuse me, for the Bulldogs from the Bisons. The possession arrow favors Southwestern. Gear checks back in for Kabrick.
Caitlin Kabrick.
Zinn gets it into Jones. Jones probing left side of the court. Fires it into Gooch. Gooch rises up over Wells. Too strong. Gear clears the glass for the Bisons. And loose ball. Wells turned it over. Gooch is fouled in the backcourt. Foul is on Tate Wells.
Fouls on Tate Wells, that's your
second personal foul on Wells.
Team second. Josie Williams returns. Replacing Tate Wells. Bulldogs ball.
Joe, we still have not seen Hawley or Harbor in the second half. Berkey had it deflected off her. Could have called it travel. She kind of kicked at it. We got a kick instead. So another turnover for the Bulldogs. It's 14 now for Southwestern.
No, and to your point, Luke, I mean, the rotation that's out there is the one that's gotten the team back in it.
Don't see that changing down the stretch either. This is how Tim Kirby's going to do it with his first teamer on the bench. Grant pokes it away from Isbell. She tracks it down, and then Avery's in right there. Isbell doubled, and then a reach-in foul on the Bulldogs, Haley Grant. She got caught with her hand in the cookie jar there, Joey.
Team's first
it's been fun watching this pressure from Harding, though. I mean, you don't see the pressure like that all the time at the Division II level.
No, not at all. Holt drops it down to Gear. Gear bumped, stumbles to the floor, gets it over to Williams. 18-foot jumper is pure from Josie Williams.
Josie Williams.
Zinn racing into the front court. Nobody stops her all the way to the basket. Shot is short, though. Gear has the rebound. Here comes the freshman, Williams. Bailey, deep three from the right wing. Off the iron. Zinn tracks down the long rebound. Drops it down low to Gooch, who got free. Too strong on the shot, though. Loose ball. Gear battling for it, and a timeout given to Harding, as Gear was caught on the floor. Bisons maintain possession, down by 6 with 7:19 to play. Laney Zinn went diving in for it, but Harding keeps possession. We'll take time and be back with more on the GAC Sports Network.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
7:19 to play, 55-49. Bisons working their way back into it.
Turning to action, Bisons ball.
Inbounds comes to Gear, deflected by Grant and stolen by Zinn.
Well, you got to like what Coach Zinn did coming out of the break right there. He's giving Harding a little taste of their own medicine, full court pressure.
Zinn got underneath, missed the shot though. Gear clears. Here comes Williams into the front court. 2-possession game with 7 minutes to go. Williams pulls up from the foul circle. No good on the shot. Williams thought she was fouled. Grant has the rebound. Up ahead to Zinn. Tim Kirby is clutching his head in anguish. And then Zinn traveled across the paint.
Here's that pressure again. Thought it was going to be a little more than nominal at first, but Jones came over and helped, forcing Harding to work.
Gear shoved in the back, got it to go, and the foul.
The basket is good. Foul was on number 21, ladies.
Not a good foul to begin with. If you're going to get a foul that close range, you got to make sure that your opponent doesn't make the shot. And that was just a shove in the back. Good job by Gear to have the strength to be able to put that one up and in and follow with the and one.
She rattles in the free throw. It's a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs, 55-52. Here's Zinn, left side, run off the line by Wells. Floater off glass and good. A strong shot there from Lainey Zinn.
Bit of a running set shot. If there is such a thing, that's what that was.
Bailey on the left wing. 15 on the shot clock. Skips it out to Holt. Drives baseline. Into the paint. Splits the double team. Blocked by Grant. Goes out of bounds off the Bulldog center.
How many times have we seen that tonight? Someone on offense getting just past Grant. She lets them go by and then reaches that hand out and gets the block. 5 blocks for Southwestern tonight.
3 blocks now for Grant. Gear goes up, left it short, got her own miss and put it back in for 2. 3-point game again, 57-54. Jones straight away, drives, open lane to the basket. She scores. Timeout called by Jeff Zinn with 5:34 left in the ball game.
Timeout Bulldogs.
It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Joey, Bulldogs have an answer every time, but Harding keeps getting closer and closer.
They chip away a little bit more and a little bit more each time. Got it down to 3 just a moment ago, back up to 5, but they'll have a chance to keep chipping away.
.534 left, 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Southwestern shooting 53% in the second half. The Bisons 54% in the second half. And big difference right now, Joey. 4 of 17 from 3 for Harding. 8 of 16 from 3 for the Bulldogs. The Bisons, one of the best in the conference. 33% from deep. Decidedly not 33% right now.
That's a 4-point difference in a 5-point game.
Pass deflected off of Gear. The Bulldogs have it. Gooch probing the right side. No one over there. Mason Jones clearing out the paint. Now Grant back to the high post. She's got Bailey on her. That's a mismatch. Grant spins. Shot dies on the back iron and drops in.
Well, that's just a nice touch. And Grant, I want to say quietly, having just a fantastic evening, building up a great stat line. She has a double-double.
12 points, 10 boards, plus 3 blocks. Here's Williams holding right wing to Gear in the corner. Isbell cut off by Jones on the drive. 5 on the shot clock. Isbell still probing outside. Bailey's 3 is good. Another 3 for Kendrick Bailey, her 4th of the night. She's got 14. That's her first points of the second half. Zinn up ahead to Gooch, off her hands, it's loose. Zinn came in and saved it, and she was fouled by Bailey. What a play by Zinn, flying in to get the pass, trying to get the pass ahead to Grant. What a hustle play there.
It was. Big play this evening. And that's trying to make sure that the momentum doesn't swing back to Harding after that big 3-pointer.
Joey, it's a 4-point game with 4:18 to go. A little quiet in here for a 4-point game as Libby Zinn brings the Bulldogs fans to their feet with that driving layup to push it to a full 2-possession lead.
Well, got a little louder after that made basket.
Holt in the corner. At what point does Harding maybe sneak Hawley back out there? This gets down to maybe a 2-point game or something. Gear, oh, what a slip to the basket. A great find from Wells. Over the top comes Jones. Pulls up in the foul line, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Gear with 3:37 to play.
Kendrick Bailey returns.
Well, you asked that question about when will Coach Kirby maybe send some off the bench. I'm a big proponent of Dancing with the one that brought you.
Grant back in for Gooch. Josie Williams out. Kendrick Bailey in. Rory Gear sucking some wind. She's been on the court pretty much the entire second half with no breaks. Libby's in, caught in the corner. Working against Wells, backing down the sophomore. Cross-court skip pass. Avery's in, left of the paint. Jumper, good.
That was a dangerous pass for Southwestern, and Avery able to make something good come of it.
6-point lead, 3:15 to play. Here's Isbell for three. No good, and it goes over the backboard, out of bounds. Isbell, a solid three-point shooter at 31%. That was a little early in the clock there. Not a lot of opportunity to look for a better look. Zinn up ahead to Cantrell. Back to Zinn, gets it across the timeline without any issues. See if the Bulldogs try to run some clock here. Jones cut off, outside to Grant. Here's Jones probing, 8 on the shot clock now. Drives, off her spot by Gear, all stepped around her, what a move from Mason Jones.
That was such a great look. The man-to-man defense from Harding right now, they're doing a lot of chasing, they're not doing a lot of helping, and it could have been to their benefit to have somebody step over and help when Jones went up.
22 for Mason Jones. The lead is 8 for the Bulldogs. It's getting late for Harding. 2:20 to go. Isbell forced it up. She was fouled. SWOSU fans wanted a travel. It'll only be a travel for Grant bumping her off her spot.
Also, Haley Grant, that's number 4. Team's third. At the line, number 32, Aubrey Isbell.
Isbell's going to need to make free throws.
That's 4 on Haley Grant, too, Joey.
Harding 50% from the line tonight.
Isbell's first, rims out. 8 for 8 at the line on Thursday night. She's just 3 of 7 at the line tonight. Harding as a team now 8 of 18 as Isbell's 3 for 8. 2 nights after going 8 for 8.
And Isbell's going to pick one up there. That's a cheap one.
That's her third, team's fourth. Bulldogs ball out of bounds.
Probably needs to get it done, though, because that means it's 4 fouls. So from this point, it will send Southwestern to the free throw line. They'll have to earn it. That's probably not the way they wanted to get it done, though. No time coming off the clock.
That's on Rory Gear. That's number 4.
4th foul on Rory Gear, grabbing Haley Grant.
At the line, number 2, Haley Grant.
Grant 62% at the line. First trip there today. Clanks that one off the back iron. 8-point lead for Southwestern, 2:14 to play. Goes 1 for 2. 16 turnovers for the Harding Bisons tonight, leading to 15 Bulldogs points. Here's Williams, the freshman, with 2 minutes to go. Isbell forced it up through some contact, missed the shot. Tie up as Gear tied up Jones. Harding keeps possession. .157 left. Harding keeping possession, 68-59. Williams dumps it down low to Isbell. Across the paint, forced it up, she was fouled. Fouls on Cantrell.
She can afford to give one.
Isbell at the line, trying to improve that 3 of 8. performance at the free throw line. Isbell 13 points tonight, 5 of 10 from the field. First one on the way, that one's perfect.
Well, it's been Isbell in the second half. Key to Harding's comeback. They got as close as 4.
No good. Gear the offensive rebound. Doubled. Skips it out to Holt. Three-pointer on the way. It's good. A 4-point possession for the Bisons. Just what the doctor ordered. And a foul is called on Harding in the backcourt. Josie Williams grabbing Mason Jones, trying to get free on the inbounds with 1:38 to play. Jones, an 84% foul shooter this season. Her first trip to the free throw line. Foul on Williams is her third. Excuse me, second personal foul. First free throw good for Mason Jones. One more to push it to a 3-possession lead.
Not a lot of deliberation. Just takes it and.
That one spins off. Rebound fought for. Isbell has it. 2-possession game. 90 seconds left. The Bisons and Bulldogs battling for a spot to face Henderson State tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon. Bailey outside. Gear, long 2 on the way. She's fouled, and Haley Grant just fouled out of the ball game.
Not sure I agree with that one.
Haley Grant, that's her 5th personal foul.
So Haley Grant fouling out with 1:21 left. She fouls out, 13 points, 11 boards. Rory Gear heading to the line for 2 free throws, where she's 3 for 3 tonight. She has a double-double herself. 15 points and 11 rebounds.
Shooting 2,
great night for Grant, though. Fantastic night. Southwestern's at a point in this game, though. Obviously, Grant on defense.
Here's the replay on the closeout. See Gear. Yeah. Grant tried to avoid her, but just a little bump on the hip. Gear missed the shot. Isbell. A held ball is the call. Isbell knocked down Zinn. I think it was Jones who reached in and tied up Isbell.
That's been the call du jour for this game.
Deep pass, Mason Jones on the fly, galloping in for the layup.
Well, that's how you beat the pressure.
They called 4 verticals in the huddle, Joey. And Libby's in, pass to perfection. Jones blocked that one from behind on Bailey, but it's the bump before the block that Jones earned the foul for.
There was contact prior to the all ball that she was looking for.
Shooting 2 is number 12.
You know, not having Grant out there right now, though, but the big thing is that Southwestern's going to need to make free throws when they get sent to the line, and they will be sent to the line.
Bailey misses the first free throw with 1 more to come. Harding now 10 of 23 at the free throw line tonight.
Yep, 13 missed free throws in a 6-point game.
71-65, 1 minute to go. Bailey beats into the spot, another tie-up. Somebody check the batteries on the possession arrow. It's gotten a workout here in the second half. Harding basketball with 58.5 seconds left. Inbounds comes to Isbell. Plenty of time for Harding. Don't need to force threes that aren't there. But if they get one here from Bailey, that'll work too.
Exactly.
And Rory Gear just fouled out of the ball game.
Foul is on Rory Gear. That is number 5.
Tough call there. Gear just playing a little too close to Avery Zinn.
Well, to look at a positive for the Bisons in that one, very little time goes off the clock in a 3-point game. forcing them to make shots on the free throw line.
Avery's in at the line for 2 free throws. She's 2 for 2 today. 10 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. Makes the first, making it a 2-possession game. Joey, if I said Kendrick Bailey, Tate Wells, Josie Williams, Maddie Holt, and Aubrey Isbell were on the floor for Harding with 50 seconds left, what would you think?
I would think that they were probably up by about 18.
That would be my thought as well. Instead, they're down 4 with possession. Tim Kirby advancing the basketball with timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll keep it here through the break. If you're Harding right now, you've gone sizeless this entire second half. Now, when you're drawing up these sets, do you maybe bring them back in, or at least Hawley?
I am still of the thought process that you dance with the one that brought you. And the one that brought you hit a three-pointer just a moment ago to take a deficit from 6 to 3. Granted, Zen still has to make these free throws. But the foul, even the last one on Gear, precious little time went off the clock. There's still plenty of opportunity to trade 2s for 3s, 1 for 3s if you need to. I wouldn't switch things up. I saw what happened in the first half. It's a 14-point deficit. You've gotten 11 of that taken care of, well, 10 of it now. Keep them out there. Plus, this is the group that forced the pressure. These are the ones that were quick in forcing that pressure, and we've seen it work.
So no offense for defense here, even with Grant fouled out.
Return to action, Bison's ball.
I'm not sure the offense is there tonight. Another night, maybe, but not tonight.
Fair point. 4-point game. Here's Isbell working against Laney's end. Pivots, forced it up, missed the shot. Loose ball. Harding's got it. And guess what? We've got another tie-up. Unfortunate, too, because Williams and Isbell were both there, and their sort of individual battle for the ball allowed SWOSU to come in and tie it up. Zen going deep again. Cantrell on the receiving end. She'll circle the wagons back out. And Bailey grabs and fouls her with 38 seconds left.
Fouls on Kendrick Bailey, that's your third.
Smart move. Took about 3 or 4 more seconds off the clock. Didn't have a quick, easy look going straight to the basket. So she chose to take some time off the clock. She's going to be the result the same if she'd been fouled down low or fouled outside.
Freshman Chloe Cantrell at the line. 73% at the line this season. She knocks down the first calmly. Second one, up and good. You know, sometimes I think we can be a little hyperbolic on freshmen stepping up at big moments, but those were 2 huge free throws. Here's Josie Williams, another freshman, to the basket. Missed everything. Cantrell over to Jones, and Williams wraps up Jones with 27 seconds left. And the Bulldogs 4-1 in the GAC tournament against the Harding Bisons. Look like they might be moving on to 5-1 with 27 seconds left. 1 free throw makes it a 3-possession game. Josie Williams coming in hot, and Jones makes it the all-important 3-possession game.
Well, you know, from talk about those freshmen, I mean, it's a conference stage right now. It's a bigger stage than it was during the regular season, but you think these were probably some highly touted seniors the year before and likely playing late into February and March then.
Isbell all the way in, lays it in for 2 with 19 seconds left. Zinn is grabbed and fouled by Holt. 18.3 seconds left.
Also, Maddie Holt, that's her first. Shooting 2, number 5. Avery Zinn.
Joey, when we started the week, I think most people probably would have said some tight semifinals, but we were probably heading for a Royal Rumble with SNU and Harding part dose in the championship game, part 3 of the season. And neither of them are going to be there tomorrow.
That is the case. I mean, these are 2 of the top 5 teams in the region. that see their conference tournament aspirations come to an end on Saturday.
Williams scores, 10.3 left, still a 6-point lead. Bulldogs fire it ahead. Libby's in is grabbed by Bailey. That's just about going to do it. And the SWOSU faithful rise to their feet.
Back to the championship game once again. No, Luke, I wouldn't have had them in the championship if I looked at it at the start of the week. Thought there was just too many other factors involved, too many other hurdles to get past. And
Jones knocks that out of play with .1. Harding will inbound, and this will be over. That'll do it. Southwestern Oklahoma State. A dream run continues as the Bulldogs going back to the GAC Tournament Championship for the first time in 2 years as they knock off the #2 seed Harding Bisons, 79-72, the final score. We'll be back to wrap things up after this short break.
Running outdoors, you got to take what nature gives you. We'd like to say we run when they don't. So we want to give you products to be able to run when you don't think you should run, when it's pouring rain outside, it's snowing. We're going to have products for you to get out there. You don't get better sitting on your butt not training. You got to get out there and run.
At Under Armour, it's always about premium textiles. They need to perform, they need to be the best. The merging of hybrid textiles with naturals and new seaming and bonding and super sleek, modern, fast, futuristic designs, that's where we are really going to turn it up a notch. If you look good and you feel good, you're going to perform better.
Welcome back to Fire Lake Arena. It's been upset semifinal Saturday on the women's side as #4 seed Henderson State won earlier. #6 seed Southwestern Oklahoma State gets the win over the Harding Bisons tonight, 79-72, to punch their ticket to the GAC Tournament Finals. They jumped on the Bisons early in the first half, led by 14 at the break, and then held on as the Bisons did their best to get back in it. None other than Mason Jones, as you see there on the layup, with a team high this evening, 27 points. She's standing by with Samantha Roop.
Mason, congratulations. How do you feel right now?
Hey, we're on top of the world right now, but we're not done yet.
What was working for you guys? I know this is the second upset of the tournament. What was working to get the win today?
Our defense is really what's been the main focus, because we know if we can play defense, our offense will just come.
The points got closer towards the end of the game. I know there was multiple timeouts called. What did Coach Zinn say?
Just keep our heads. As long as we slowed down and didn't lose our focus, we were going to be okay.
Henderson State tomorrow for the championship game. What was working in this game that you can bring into the next game?
Just like our defense, everyone's a contributor, and I think if we all just stay calm, we don't want anybody but Henderson tomorrow.
Well, congratulations and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Mason Jones, 27 points, the Tarleton State transfer. She's a lot of fun to watch, Joey, and this Bulldogs team has been a joy to watch over these past 2 days. Big upsets over their rival Northwestern Oklahoma State, and then tonight over perennial power, the Harding Bisons. You see the final statistics. Harding did a lot better in the second half from the field. They shot 56%, 10 of 18 in both the third and fourth quarters. Just 7 of 21 from three-point range tonight, and the free throw line, an atrocity, if you will, to put it kindly. 11 of 24 for the Bisons, who shoot 75% as a team normally. 11 of 24 in a 7-point loss for the Harding Bisons. But give credit to Southwestern. Their pressure had the Bisons all sorts of flummoxed in that first half. And I think the confidence was there from that first win back in Weatherford 2 weeks ago.
You know what, I agree. And it makes a difference if you know when you get up against a team like this that you can get it done. It's a big deal. Free throws, once again, don't make free throws. I mean, 14 missed free throws or more in a contest that's a 7-point game. They don't go in. It's a shame.
Tomorrow, Championship Sunday, Henderson State, Southwestern Oklahoma State. 3:30 tip time for the women. We'll have it here on the GAC Sports Network. We'll see you tomorrow at Fire Lake Arena.